Happy Friday, room 1003. This is Abby. I'm coming through with the last couple of language arts assignments that we had. So lessons 20, 21, and 22 on the back. We are talking only about point of view today. It is Friday, April 24th, I think. Yes. April 24th, 2020. I hope you are all doing well. I am going to finish this up for this week, okay? Point of view. Read the paragraph and answer the questions. France has long been known as a country where people are devoted to their dogs. At some Paris hotels, there is no exception. They offer many services just for the canine set. For example, there are trained dog groomers, charming dog toiletries, and even custom-made beds for pampered pets. These wonderful hotels also provide round-the-clock room service for dogs with a choice of healthy meals. Of course, dogs are welcome in the hotel restaurants too. They can't get in without their owners, though. So, what is the writer's opinion of the treatment of dogs in France? So, keywords to look for in this. So, we're looking for writer's opinion, but we're going to be looking for keywords like treatments of dogs in France. So, in the very first sentence, it says, France has long been known as a country where people are devoted to their dogs. So, he is saying that people in France are devoted to their dogs. That is his opinion. I'm going to put the French are devoted to their dogs. Make sure you can see it. The French are devoted to their dogs. That is the writer's opinion. Next one, I wish these are numbered. Which word in the passage is a clue to how the writer feels about the hotel services? Wonderful, healthy, or exception. So I'm going to go through and see which word he writes to explain how he feels about the hotel services. They offer, at some Paris hotels, there's no exception. They offer many services for the canine set. For example, there are trained dog groomers, charming dog toiletries, and even custom-made beds for pampered pets. These wonderful custom-made beds for pampered pets. These wonderful hotels are also provide round-the-clock room service for dogs with a healthy choice of healthy meals. So he says that they're wonderful. Next one, which phrase best reflects the writer's point of view? A, approving of the dog treatment, upset with the hotels, C, outraged about so much attention being given to the dogs. I feel like since he uses the words wonderful and devotion, so these are positive words. So it is my opinion that the author's opinion is positive about the treatment of dogs in France. So I'm going to say he is approving of the dog treatment. And the last one is, what point of view might someone who can't make ends meet have? So can't make ends meet is an idiom for not being able to make enough money. So how do you think somebody would feel that doesn't make much money, has a difficult time feeding themselves already? How would you think somebody feels about pet owners doing this for their pups? In my opinion, and I love my dogs, but in my opinion, this is even a little bit over the top. But I would imagine that somebody who can't make ends meet would be of the opinion that this is absolutely silly. Silly to waste money on that. Waste money. Not just dogs, but any kind of frivolity. Frivolity meaning like fancy stuff that you don't really need. Frivolity. Frivolity. Okay, I'll give you a second to write that down. Hey, you guys, so I looked up some of the best pet hotels, dog hotels that are in France, and a couple of them, like this one right here, is $334 a night. Um, it goes down, and some of these are very lush. 194. I thought there was one in here for like $450 a night. I wanted to see what kind of amenities they had for 450 bucks a night, but I might be out of, oh, here it is, $430 a night. So I want to see what exactly they have for your dogs for 430 bucks a night. They have contact getting there. They have, it looks like air conditioning, private balcony, a safe, flat screen TV, housekeeping, room service, mini bar, pet friendly, dog allowed. I wanted to see if they have anything specific for dogs, but there you have it. Oh my gosh. And you can pay up to $753 a night to be able to have your dog stay with you. We should start that business. Alrighty, you guys, going on to our point of view lesson number 21. We will read the paragraph and answer the questions. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas was the heroine of the Everglades, a unique environment in Florida. Many animals make their home in this wetland region. Nevertheless, for years, the Everglades were being drained off for buildings and roads. The water was polluted. So Douglas wrote a book, The Everglades River of Grass. In it, she explained why the Everglades were important and should be protected. In 1969, Douglas started an organization called Friends of the Everglades. The Friends kept an airport from being built there. So what is the writer's opinion of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas? So what does the writer think of Marjorie? And it says right up here that they call her a hero. So I have the feeling that they think she's pretty awesome because they describe her as a female hero, a heroine. Let's see. Next one, which word in the passage is a clue to how the writer feels about the Everglades? They start talking initially, really right away in the first sentence. They call it a unique environment. And that's perfect. It's not polluted, it's not home, but they call it a unique environment right there. That's one of the keywords we were looking for. Next one, which phrase best reflects the writer's point of view? Annoyed by the work of Douglas, uninterested in the fate of the Everglades, or impressed by the efforts? I'm going to say impressed. The last sentence says the Friends, the organization that Douglas started, even kept an airport from being built. Pretty cool. The last one question is, what point of view might a builder have about Marjorie Stoneman Douglas? So I'm going to steal this word right here, but I bet you they'd be annoyed because she'd hold up projects. She would get in the way of projects, likely. You could imagine if you were going to be building, say, an apartment building, and you know that you'd make so much money if you built it right in the middle of the Everglades. So many people want to live there. And so what you'd have to do is drain off the Everglades, be able to build on that land or on that place. And you'd essentially wreck the environment by getting it ready to build. And she would be right there saying, sorry, we don't want you here. So that would definitely hold things up. Unfortunately, money always kind of wiggles its way through there. Okay. Hey, you guys. So I looked up a couple of images of Miss Marjory Stoneman Douglas. She is, it says on top, environmentalist, Florida Everglades, biography, quote, building. So it talks a lot about the keywords about Miss Marjory Stoneman. And I gotta say, she's darling. Alrighty, room 1003. This is our last language arts project of this week, April 20th through the 24th. It is our point of view, lesson 22. Read the paragraph, answer the questions. Scientists say that nature is really amazing. Recently, some scientists were studying a strange sponge found deep in the Pacific Ocean. They insisted that filaments on the sponge were much like optical fibers used in telecommunication systems. Their somewhat dubious plan was to study the sponge with the hope of duplicating its features for future uses. What those uses are, the scientists haven't said. Stay tuned. So what is the writer's opinion of nature? It says it in the opening sentence. What does he say? Scientists say that nature is really amazing. So his opinion is that it's really amazing. Which word in the passage is a clue to how the writer feels about scientists' plan of study? Let's see. Right here it does. So I was looking for the word plan, but their somewhat dubious plan was to study the sponges with the hope of duplicating its features for future uses. Dubious. Dubious. Doubtful. Questioning. I'm trying to think of other synonyms for it. All right, on to the next. Which phase or phrase best reflects the writer's point of view? Awed by scientists and nature, skeptical about the sponge study, or excited about the sponge project? Well, I just see the use of, in the last sentence, the simplest one, stay tuned, exclamation mark. What I can read into that, usually when you are using exclamation marks, that you are excited. So I'm just going to say he's excited. Okay, and the last one, what point of view might a scientist in the study have? Again, a scientist in the study. So it's a dubious, they have got a dubious plan to study the sponge with the hope of duplicating its features for future use. So I would say that the study, you might be just interested in the way it works. Okay. Hey, you guys, so it's always good to double check your understanding of where oceans are, right? So I'm going to just zoom in. Right here is the United States, and California on the furthest left right here. It's as close as I can zoom. And this is the Pacific Ocean right next to it. In the middle of the Pacific are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean is Hawaii. And then it goes over to the Mariana Trench, and down here is Australia. Up here is China. So this is the Pacific Ocean, okay? Just wanted to make sure you knew that. So then I looked up fiber optic Pacific sponge, and I got a ton of different references. I'm thinking this is the one that most likely looks like fiber optic stuff, although I would have to look it up a little bit more in depth. Okay, thanks. Have a great day, you guys, and I will see you later.